Hello, YouTube. Welcome back. It is your guy, Random Task 1000. We had a bit of a week break due to some internet related difficulties going on at my place. We can probably talk about that a bit later. But yes, we are back this week with the Random Ramble Hour. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Big cheers to everyone. I have water again today. Big ups to H2O. They've been doing it for us for a long time. And, we're not sponsored or anything, but, drink some water, everybody. I'm sorry. Oh, for real though, water hitting good right now. Welcome back, everybody. We're here. Yeah, like I said, a bit of a week hiatus. Glad to be back though. We're here to talk more random shenanigans going on in the going ons. As you can see, we got some Devil May Cry 5 here as the background footage today. I believe I mentioned that during the last podcast that I already had some footage set up for it. Just playing some Nero. As you can tell, I haven't finished like the entire game technically. I'm still missing some health pips. I don't know if I'm missing Devil Trigger pips on any of the characters or like on any. I'm missing stuff. I hope that that doesn't bother anyone, but it probably does, and if it does, I'm sorry. Deal. This is just how I play Bloody Palace. I play on a handicap because I hate myself. Also, I got hit there, and good lord, I'm bad. Yeah. Be similar structure to last week. I have some topics that I have written down that I kind of want to go through. But if I end up going on a tangent or if I have like an idea of something that I kind of just want to go deeper into, we'll do that. This first thing that I do want to talk about, and it's kind of something that Mika showed me. Mika. Okay, so this is a very funny story actually. She she sent me a DM, like, or basically like a text, and she was like, "Hey, this is really neat, like a productivity game, like that's coming out. It's called Spirit City Lo-Fi. It's basically out in like early access right now. Spirit City Lo-Fi. It's supposed to be like a productivity assistant, almost not really assistant, but more like a supplementary thing. It's like got like music. You can put your own music. It's got like all these cute little animals. It's got like a bunch of decorative stuff that you can do. It's even got like little missions that you can, a bunch of neat stuff. Um, and yeah, she messaged me about it and she was like, "Hey, should I buy this?" And I didn't even tell her anything. I didn't even respond to her immediately. I just because okay, I'm not gonna lie, a little reckless, a little silly of me, but I kind of just gifted it to her, like immediately without hesitation. I was just like, you know what, YOLO, I'm just gonna gift it to her. So yeah, I ended up just gifting her Spirit City Lo-Fi, and she ended up showing me a bit of it. And honestly, I liked what I was seeing so much to the point where I was like, you know what, I want this. So yeah, I've been putting in quite a bit of time into Spirit City Lo-Fi. Been using it to keep track of some personal habits I'm trying to keep up with, like because it's got these like fun, neat little features where you can keep track of weekly habits. And like one of the things that I put in was, trying to work on my Outer Wilds script that I have going on, and also cooking among other things. Just having that journaled. And speaking of journaled, it also like literally has like a journal that you could write in and like put titles, and it's a really neat little thing. Honestly, if you're into that kind of thing like at all, I would recommend it. It's pretty neat, not sponsored. I just, it's a product that I'm enjoying, I guess. So I kind of just wanted to talk about it. And it's got some good customization. I basically made the only thing that they don't have is like the astigmatism, but I made something that very much resembles my VTuber avatar. Maybe not like 100%, but it's pretty close. I feel like all things considered, it's pretty damn close. And I'm happy with it. That's all I can say. I'm happy with it. It's got a good customization. I have a cup of coffee at my desk, in my Spirit City Lo-Fi desk, and I have a cute little hedgehog called a hedge log and he's on fire. And if that's not enough to sell you on this, cozy little productivity enabler, I don't know what is. Maybe all hope is lost. But yeah, the Spirit City lo-fi stuff, it's pretty good, and I'm very much enjoying it. And it's just good stuff, man. Even the music in it on its own is already pretty good. Obviously, you could just find your own lo-fi or your own music, whatever you want to play. It even had you can even like play YouTube in the app, like or in the app basically. And because it is on Steam, I guess I should probably mention that it's on Steam. Like it is a Steam thing. It's got a bunch of achievements and whatnot. But yeah, you can play YouTube through it. So if you got your own playlist you want to play, but honestly, I feel like the music on like the game itself is already pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I like it. Would recommend if you want that sort of thing. Everyone, cheers to your water. Yum. You know what? Actually, I had like mentioned it like quickly in passing, but I do kind of want to like get back to it a little. Regarding the internet issues that I was having. Um, what Okay, so this is probably gonna be a little silly, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit of a goofy story, but effectively, what appeared to be the issue was because my I I pay for like up in the hundreds, like higher hundreds of like upload speed, not upload speed, download speed, and like like pretty decent amount of upload also. But the problem is that I was getting like almost none of that. Like I was basically getting like 80 down and like two, like sometimes like two up. And that's really bad, especially when I'm, especially like if I'm just trying to talk to Mika, like, trying to get on a call with Mika, just hang out with each other, maybe just try to, do literally anything. Like, I believe, I'm pretty sure Mika even made a tweet about how, uh, like I was basically looking like a freaking bundle of pixels whenever we were talking to each other on camera. So yeah, it's bad. It's pretty bad. So yeah, I'm hoping that because what I effectively ended up doing was like kind of like messing with cables, and it looks like that's kind of what the issue was, that like maybe some like loose wiring or something somewhere with my Ethernet cable, or maybe even like from my modem to my router. But yeah, that kind of seemed to be the issue. I hope that kind of resolves it for a good chunk of time. I did have to go through. I did also message my ISP and try to get like stuff sorted out from that end, but it's I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My ISP is not exactly the best. They don't have a good reputation, so hoping for the best. I hope it stays consistent, especially considering that I'm recording this on effectively Saturday morning. Going to be uploading this video later Saturday night. But I mean, basically what I'm saying is that I have a stream tomorrow, and I would like my internet to be stable enough to stream. That would be kind of sick. I don't know about you guys, but I like having stable internet. Hot take maybe, but that's just a personal opinion. Yeah, that's all the stuff going on with the ISP. Hope it's good. I have also been having, just as another aside, I've also been having some really weird issues with my headset lately, and like I'm basically using like a wireless USB headset, mostly because I kind of like to be able to get up, walk around, maybe talk to Mika if I'm in the kitchen or something, or also maybe play something in my ears while I'm in the kitchen, a bunch of stuff like that. Like I like to be mobile with my headset. This is kind of something I've gotten used to. But yeah, all of a sudden my freaking USB dongle will just kind of like disconnect, and I just won't hear anything, and it's incredibly annoying. It's incredibly irritating actually. Um, I don't really know what's wrong with it. I almost think that it might actually even be the USB port that I have. Um, but I can't. I'm not really too sure. I would have to move some cables around, but I mean, I'll be honest. A lot of my USB ports are already kind of occupied, so it's just kind of I don't know. It's just kind of something I feel like I got to deal with, and maybe I just might have to switch to a wired headset and use the actual like 3.5 millimeter jack, which would be fine. I think at this point, I think maybe I'm fine to make that transition back to using 3.5. But it is what it is. I just, especially with the stream coming out tomorrow, I hope it doesn't do anything stupid while I'm on the air. That would make me very sad. Cheers to your drinks, by the way. Cheers to your drinks. Can we get a big con pie in the chat? So yeah, that's basically all the technical issues that I've been having lately. In spite of all that, I've been doing my best on my end. I did get that Slay the Spire 2 out video out pretty quick. And can we also just talk about that? That like Slay the Spire 2 exists and I am incredibly excited about it. Like, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, anybody on my channel. But I might be a roguelike enjoyer. There's a small chance. And anybody on the Twitch stream, they probably have even less of a chance of knowing that I'm a roguelike enjoyer. I know, hot take. Me liking roguelikes, there's no way. But yeah, Slay the Spire 2. That boy got announced and I'm excited. I'm incredibly excited. I feel like the YouTube video that I made on it really covered a lot of my thoughts on it. There probably is some stuff that I didn't mention. Not really anything I can think of now, but I feel like I covered mostly everything that I wanted to talk about. And like my hopes for the game. The only thing I think I really didn't go into too much into detail with was that, I don't know, just like the prospect of like more enchantments or like enchanting cards to have like fun effects and whatnot. I don't know. I think there's a lot of fun prospects, and I also ended up watching on my own time. I ended up watching like an Ars Technica video about the original Slay the Spire and like just kind of like the dev process and a bunch of stuff of that nature. But something that they said in that like Ars Technica video was that one of the most requested features that they always like hear about from players apparently is like an actual official multiplayer capacity. And there's already mods for it. As a matter of fact, I've actually played some of those mods with Mika on our own time. We've enjoyed that. We've had fun with it. But yeah, if they could like implement that in like some kind of official capacity and maybe in like a unique and interesting way, I think that'd be really cool. The the what was it? The description of the game did say also like something along the lines of like facing friends and foes. So maybe, maybe also crazily enough, some kind of PvP aspect. They did tease maybe new ways to play the game. Maybe there is some kind of new PvP aspect to Slay the Spire. Who knows? Like everything is just speculative right now, so there's no like, we can't say anything for certain. But I just think it's fun to think about, Slay the Spire, that's a hell of a game, brother. That's a hell of a game. And at this point, I'm still, putting time into it. I actually did reach Ascension 20 on every single character. Ironclad, Silent, Defect, Watcher. I'm at Ascension 20 right now with every single Slay the Spire character. And I was kind of thinking, actually, I don't think I've mentioned this I was thinking of talking about this, I think, in my last podcast. And this is also something I wanted to say in my Slay the Spire 2 video, but I just didn't get around to it. Or I just kind of forgot. But I'm thinking of having a kind of like stream, like marathon type thing of trying to beat the hardest boss in Slay the Spire, which is the Act 4 boss. The Heart. trying to beat the heart with every single character in a marathon. Ascension 20, Act 4, clear. Try to marathon that and see how well I do. So yeah, that'd be pretty. I think that's a pretty fun content idea. I think that'd be a fun stream. Obviously, I'd have to set aside a larger amount of time for that, but I think it's something that I'm very willing to do, and yeah, it's definitely something I want to do. So yeah, I don't know exactly when that would be. It's not like I'm exactly strapped for time. Slay the Spire 2 is not coming out in any form until like friggin' 2073. It's 2025, but still, it's a long way out, and that makes me sad. But yeah, Slay the Spire 2 is cool. I'm very excited. Very much looking forward to it. And I think that's pretty much everything I have to say about that. Just cool stuff coming around. Random tangent, but like I had a hole in my ceiling. I know this is a very harsh transition of topic, but I just need to talk about this because I was just kind of reminded of this. I had a freaking hole in my ceiling. So just to kind of give some context, I'm on the bottom floor. There are people who live above us, and I don't have any problems with them. It's just perfectly fine. But we started having some kind of like pipe leak, and there was water leaking from my ceiling. This freaking water leaking from my ceiling, and it was not. I'll tell you what, that water did not look pretty. It was like incredibly disgusting. So I ended up having to call my landlord to basically get some work done in the house, and we got it done. I'll tell you what though, guys, that day, that was not a good day for random. I'll tell you what, that was not a good day for random. I had to stay up that entire day, like way past my normal bedtime. Basically because like someone had to be there to someone's in my house, and I don't want to just leave people like free reign in my house. I just be conscious, because you can never be too careful. Just for the sake of precaution, make sure everything goes well. If they need anything from me, I can give it to them or whatever, for the sake of the job. But yeah, like they were working on my roof or my ceiling. And yeah, I did not get to sleep for an incredibly long time that day. And it was rough. It was a really rough day. I'm feel like I've been lucky enough to at least catch up on some sleep since then. And I'll tell you what, this I'm recording this after a shift earlier today. So, definitely gonna be working to get some more sleep later also. But yeah, that was a hell of a day. I had a hole in my ceiling. They basically left it there. Like, how long did that job take? I want to say it took like maybe like 7 hours. I had to stay awake for 7 additional hours after my 10-hour shift. That was so freaking rough. And it wasn't even immediately after the 10-hour shift. It was like okay, so I get home. I think they showed up at my house like 4 hours after I got home. So like 14 hours plus 7. It was almost a 24-hour day, man. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. I think I ended up ordering food that day also. Just because I was like, I can't cook. I'm too tired. I just need something to eat. Give me some slop. And I'll tell you what, I definitely got some slop. I've been doing better. I wrote down a lot of these concepts, but I did write down as like a discussion topic that I kind of been falling back on my cooking habit. I've been better about it this week. I have been cooking more. I'm probably gonna snag some stuff from my kitchen right after this. Also, might just be like some toast or something, but some kind of goodie. But But yeah, I did fall back on my cooking habit for a little bit, but I feel like I've gotten on top of it a bit more now, which is good. Cheers to your drink, by the way. But yeah, I tell you what though. Speaking of like stuff that I ordered a freaking massive, and when I say massive, I mean massive freaking burrito. This thing was like wider than my head, and I look, guys. I know this could like potentially turn into a meme and something I never lived down, but I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. I got a big head. If there's a burrito bigger than my head, holy, that's an accomplishment all its own. Your boy Random, he's got a hell of a noggin, but that burrito, it was too powerful. I didn't even finish it in one sitting. I had to take it with me like to work the next day just because I was like, yeah, I can't finish this thing, dog. I am actually not that strong. I do not have what you would call the dog in me. It's just not it's just not there, bro. It just doesn't exist. I was just simply not powerful enough. It's just this is crazy. I feel okay. I'm gonna be a little upfront with you guys. I know. I feel like maybe you guys can tell like a little bit that I am like a little bit on the tired side during this recording. I'm not like even during my shift earlier today. I was feeling like a little bit under the weather. Not necessarily like sick, but like I guess like just tired. But I feel like I can keep up the gusto until the remainder of this recording. I'll tough it out for you guys. And honestly, it's also my fault because big random has once again decided that he is would procrastinate this recording several in times. I feel like I had like at least like 7 or 8 different opportunities to record this damn thing, and here I am basically recording it 12 hours before it's supposed to go live. So that's kind of on me. That's my bad. I'll hold that L. I can take it. But yeah. More water. I'm getting dangerously close to finishing my water, and I'm not even halfway through yet. I'm close to halfway through, but I'm not halfway through. Ooh, we okay. Um, I did mention that I was working on the Outer Wilds video. I did make basically like a sample proof of concept type thing. I even showed it to Mika. She's been giving me some feedback on the entire thing, and I've been taking some of it to heart. I feel like there's some stuff I definitely need to rewrite, and I plan on it. But yeah, making good progress on that. Um, been trying to like get at the script a little bit here and there on occasion, just taking it slow. I don't really think I want to like put like a hard deadline on it because um doing podcasts, like I can always have like topics to discuss, and like doing another type of content that I actually wanted to talk about, also something that I want to do. But the main type of content that I feel like I'm going to be uploading, at least for the foreseeable future, is kind of like on the lower effort side. Like obviously I do like prep time a little bit, like just to prepare topics for podcasts, but it's not exactly something I have to like be like super adamant about regarding editing and like planning, and like there's some degree of planning, but it's not like as much as doing like basically like me trying to write an entire video essay. But yeah, I don't want to put like a harsh deadline on that because I really want to put out like a quality video with that. Like I'm not to say that like me doing these podcasts isn't necessarily like indicative. Like I'm not like they're not absolute trash. I'm not gonna say they're like really good or anything. I'm not exactly breaking any ground, but you know, they're all right. You know, I'm doing. It's better than doing no content. You know, like there are always people who are like, you know, I want to make stuff and whatnot, and then like they never do it, and like the hypothetical film student, I guess is probably the way to put it, where like you know, there's a hypothetical film student, and there's a guy who's actually, you know, at least trying to make short films, and you know, one of those guys is actually, you know, making something. So you know, there's that. I think I can be happy with the fact that I'm putting myself out there, and to the degree that I am. Oh my god, I paused the game. Wait. Okay, it was a quick pause. Speaking of more content that I want to put out, though, I was thinking of doing some offline recordings, and I don't think I've discussed this yet. I think of doing some offline recordings of, like off stream, I guess is probably the better way to put it. Off stream recordings. Excuse me. Off stream recordings of some fighting games. The main ones that I have in mind right now are like Street Fighter, Killer Instinct, because it just got an update. And I've been having fun with it, even though it's like, for me personally, my character like has gotten zero changes, but you know, I got new colors. But yeah, Killer Instinct. I was gonna say Mortal Kombat, but I don't own that game. My brain is short circuiting right now, guys. So I'll tell you what. Killer Instinct, Street Fighter. There you go. That's the one. Street Fighter, and then Guilty Gear. I kind of want to get back into Guilty Gear. There's a specific character that I want to learn in Guilty Gear also. I kind of want to try. I was thinking of trying Johnny also, but either Johnny or definitely want to try Bedman, just because I really like how Bedman looks, and I don't know, the vibe of Jebman. Wow, I am so fried right now. The vibe of Bedman is something that I kind of really dig. So I want to try that out, see if I can make that work. I do know that Bedman is like a harder character to pilot than most, especially considering my main was Biken, and Biken definitely is not hard to pilot. Like her game plan's pretty straightforward. Her offense is pretty straightforward. So yeah, switching to a goofball like Bedman will definitely be interesting. But you know, we'll make it work. We'll figure something out. It will be fine. But yeah, I want to do maybe like along with the podcasts that I do. I want to do maybe one fighting game video a week as well. So and it'll just be like what I'm kind of thinking of doing is I'm thinking of having like just, you know, just recording my stuff, and then like basically uploading full matches and cutting out like the fluff in between. But I was also thinking, this is just an idea. I don't know how good this would be. If you guys would let me know in the comments how you guys would feel about this, um, let me know. But I was thinking maybe like maybe make like an hour and a half session, right? Like an hour and a half session of like, you know, matches. I cut out the fluff in between matches, so that way, you know, you always get in some action. But specifically in the beginning, have like 15 minutes of my time. Like obviously it'll be edited down for the sake of YouTube, but like 15 minutes of my time be for like some training mode stuff. Like maybe like something I'm trying to figure out, you know, because you know, I do find training mode like a fun part of the fighting game experience. Like it's not like, I don't find it like a detriment or anything. I think it's I don't think you have to look at it as necessarily like a negative, you know? So like having like a bit of like training mode and just like, you know, the kind of stuff that I'm like trying to learn, or maybe stuff that I'm trying to like do, like or the stuff that I'm trying to like do more while I'm playing. Maybe try to learn a new combo. Maybe try to, put myself in a better situation more consistently. I don't know, just little stuff like maybe to maybe help and try and articulate a story a bit more when I'm playing. That kind of thing. It's kind of the idea that's in my head right now. I don't know. I don't know how necessarily good it is, but that's kind of the idea. And I guess probably I mean, I guess it depends on the game how much actual gameplay you get out of an hour, but I don't think I would necessarily want those gameplay videos to go any longer. Definitely no longer than 40. I feel like 30, maybe 35 minutes is probably fine, but definitely no longer than 40 minutes. I feel like if it ends up going past 40 minutes, it's probably too long. But maybe I raise my retention metrics like that. And by raise my retention metrics, I mean someone will watch 15 minutes in, they'll be like, all right, I've seen everything. And they'll just click off because I am a boring, not cool YouTuber or VTuber, my bad. But yeah, I will say that I have been like looking at like a bit of my like metrics and everything for like analytics and stuff for like the YouTube stuff that I've been uploading and whatnot. And I'm not like I don't know. Is it weird that like I'm like I got like 12 views on videos and I'm like hell yeah? Is that weird? I don't know. I'm kind of happy that like people are watching my stuff at all. Like obviously I have a couple of dedicated folks who are always going to watch my stuff. Mika's been incredibly supportive throughout everything, and I could never thank her enough because she is incredibly encouraging. I will never get tired of saying this. I know you can hear me, my love. Get owned, get embarrassed, get beamed. Whether you're watching this now or listening to it later, I will continue to embarrass you. I'm sorry. But yeah, um, I have dedicated supporters, and that's really I really really appreciate that. But it also does seem like I'm getting like a little bit of outside attention. I'm not gonna say it's anything crazy, but some people have watched my stuff, and that on its own, like I'll one or two people who would be like, "Oh, cool, what's this random, random, what's this random guy talking about?" And I seem to be getting a little bit of extra eyes, and I just think that's neat. Like I think on the Slay the Spire 2 video, I think I got like 9 unique viewers, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm excited about that. Growth's got to start somewhere, and here I am. Okay, this is not on like the schedule, but I did want to say that I did hear something about okay, so first of all, the very first podcast, I asked what you guys thought my favorite shooter was. The correct answer is Gears of War. If you want to be hyper specific, it's Gears of War 3. The reason I'm bringing this up now is because like there's some kind of weird like Xbox thing that happened. I don't remember the exact details, but they basically confirmed that Gears 6 is in development, Gears of War 6, and it made me realize I have not played Gears 5 like at all, and that's kind of insane to me because I was like a huge Gears of War guy, like an incredibly huge Gears of War guy. Like Gears of War was my vibe, brother. I cannot tell you how hard, how freaking insane I went on Gears of War 3. I was in there. I was in the trenches in Gears of War 3, man. And I think I made it to Onyx card on Gears of War 4. Because that one actually had a proper ranking system. Because it was a bit more modern. But yeah, I gotta pick up Gears 5 at some point, man. I almost feel like I feel like is it crazy for me to think that that would be like a good stream game, like having a shooter to play on stream, like mix things up a bit? Because I mean, at this point in my life, I'm basically just rogue like the guy right now. And not that I like not that there's anything wrong with me being rogue like the guy. I like I enjoy the genre. What can I say? But like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling the idea of getting into Gears of War again. The only problem that I have with it is that I don't know that my computer can run it all too well. That's kind of my primary concern. And there was a point where I had a Series S, but I'll tell you what, it's not anymore. It's not right now. But yeah, man, I kind of want to get back into Gears. The game's so much fun. Like Nasher duels in Gears of War are a special kind of fun. And like I don't know, the time to kill in those games is just right, except when there's a long shot in play, and then you're just like, oh, I guess I die. You're like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't want to play the game anyways. My bad. I was never a good. I was never a super good sniper in Gears of War. By the way, I was always getting my head popped. Made me cry. Was it's okay. I just have to accept the fact that I'm terrible at video games. It's okay. I get it. I'm sorry. But no, yeah, man. I wanna get back into Gears. Uh Gears 5 also has like a like whole story mode that I just haven't played. That's like revolving around the freaking Locust Queen lady daughter thing. Haha. But that's who really cares about Gears of War story? Am I right, fellas? Who cares about story? I'm out here playing Balatro, watching funny number go up. Balatro truly be one of the games of all time. Yeah, I think that would be fun content for the stream specifically. And maybe somehow I could turn it into YouTube stuff also. But I feel like streaming Gears of War would be fun. I feel like it's a pretty easy game to watch. But maybe that's just me. Speaking of content, actually, I was thinking of well, okay, so I'm in a weird position, right? Um, Fun fact about random. I am a Ruby enjoyer. RWBY, that whole Rooster Teeth show thing. I am a Ruby enjoyer. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I think the show is perfect because it's not. um, there's been a whole plethora of weird things going on with that show and its production and like its actual like time on air and I can say a bunch of things, but I can tell you for sure as a matter of fact that I do enjoy it. It is in fact a thing that I kind of vibe with. But yeah, that show's effectively dead in the water right now because I mean this is definitely old news by this point, like very old news actually. I even got an email saying that the Rooster Teeth site was going to be closing. But yeah, man, the freaking my brain short circuiting again. Freaking one of like a franchise that I was like pretty fairly invested in was freaking it's just dead, bro. Like it just doesn't exist. Like there might be not be ever anything ever like officially Ruby related like ever again. And that's kind of funny because like I think the last piece of like official Ruby media was the freaking like DC crossover movies. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't know that I want to watch that. Like I don't know that I have any interest in that whatsoever. Like I'm a Ruby enjoyer, but like this is like okay, so the way they handle like a bunch of that stuff is kind of just like something that's off-putting to me. Like the show on its own, I think is fine. It's got problems, but it's fine. But like all this weird like crossover shenanigans and yada yada yada. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know, man. That stuff's just very off-putting to me. And I have a lot of thoughts, and I was thinking that actually having with the show eventually like the entire franchise eventually probably just being over at this point, I was thinking it might not actually be a bad idea to like make some videos on it, like I enjoy Ruby music. I listen to it on my own time. I was thinking of maybe even doing like a freaking like tier list of like like songs that I think are my favorite. And honestly, I was also thinking of maybe even doing like a full on retrospective, like season by season. Like, would that be crazy? Would that be something like crazy to just just kind of do? I don't know, man. It's kind of something that I'm like really considering just kind of going for and just just saying YOLO and just doing it. Cheers to your water. It's been a long time since I've rewatched it. Like I feel like I kind of used to rewatch it like pretty frequently just because like it's a free show, it's just on YouTube, so I could just bring it up whenever, like literally, at least in its earlier years. It was a free show on YouTube. I could just bring it up whenever, and it was also just shorter and easier to go through. So I just go through it. But there being effectively 9 freaking seasons now, it's not exactly as easy to just like watch everything. But I think I'm kind of game to just watch it from the beginning to the end and maybe just video by video do like a retrospective series on it and be like, I'll tell you what though, there's a part in season one. There's like a set of episodes in season one actually that I despise personally. It's basically just like the John and Dice episodes. I don't know, man, and those things I just do not vibe. Like I get that it's necessary, like to a certain extent for John's sake, but sometimes I kind of just don't care. Is that weird for me to say as a Ruby enjoyer? I just kind of don't give. Me personally, stopped caring. But yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, that's another content idea. Like more stuff for me to maybe put off and procrastinate on. I guess. Maybe I should just kind of focus on doing podcasts and doing everything else that I've been trying to keep up with. Maybe I shouldn't try to be so gung ho about all these crazy ideas. Maybe it probably is just like a step at a time kind of thing. But I'm making it, working on the friggin' Outer Wild stuff, and I know I said that I don't want to have like a friggin' specific release date on it, but I'm hoping that it doesn't take me more than like 5 months to put that out. Just saying, I would like it to not take that long. All right, guys, I'm not gonna front with you. I'm basically through all my material. Um, that's basically all the primary topics that I had covered for this episode. But I mean, I guess we could just think of anything else crazy that's been going on. They had that Hades 2 technical test that is going on right now. I really should try to probably get in on that because Hades is pretty freaking good. Supergiant Games, this is good stuff, man. I actually need to. I actually own Pyre. I should probably play through that at some point, but my God, that's just even more for the backlog, man. There's so many games, brother. There's so many games. Oh, that is actually probably a good tangent, actually, because I'm playing Devil May Cry here, right? Obviously, I played Devil May Cry 5 quite a bit. I think you can tell from my gameplay that I'm at least decently versed in the game. Like I'm not by any means like an expert or anything, but I can play the game decently enough. But the point is, it's obviously a game I've sunk in many 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 hours to on my own time. Um, despite having basically finished it already. So what I'm kind of basically what I'm trying to say is that I'm probably gonna try to avoid playing this again for the sake of podcast recordings because I'm gonna try to hard commit to Yakuza and Persona 3 for a while for the sake of podcast recordings because I want to actually finish games. I really need to buckle down and like boot up keep myself on like a couple of games so I can actually finish stuff. Because finishing shorter games like freaking Pizza Tower or things of the like, it's significantly easier. But you know, uh, doing like that for Yakuza, Yakuza is an entire series I got to go through, and then P3R is like an entire other can of worms. That's I also really, really want to have done by a certain point because I want to be ready for when the answer comes out, man. Like, there's gonna be that DLC stuff, and the answer in the original Persona 3 Fest is like one of my favorite like parts of like any Persona game. I am well aware that like it's pretty grindy. That like Fest is or the answer is pretty grindy by its nature in Fest, but I don't know, man. Freaking like the boss. Okay, spoilers, big spoilers. If you mute for like the next 5 seconds, or for the next like mute for the next like minute if you don't want the spoilers. But all I'm saying is that the freaking boss fight against the other C's members is like the coolest thing to me. I don't know why, man. It's probably like for a dumb, edgy reason. I'm not gonna lie, but like, that's just kind of my vibe, brother. Like, I don't know why having like party members like turned against each other, even if it's just for like a small spat, it's just the vibe for me, man. It just hits in the right way for me. I kind of dig it. It's kind of my thing, man. I'm all about that sauce. Drinking the last of my water. Oh my god, my water's gone. My throat will be dry for the rest of eternity. But yeah, man. I want the answer. I want the answer. I want to be ready for the answer when it comes out too. I'm pretty happy that it's getting like put out at all because from what I hear, there was a pretty decent chance that they actually weren't going to do any DLC for Reload. So I'm glad that is not the case. Speaking, oh god, Atlas be kind of cooking, man, because there is some freaking like I've been seeing more of that freaking Phantasm reload Sugma, like whatever that weird new Atlas IP is. I've been seeing more of that lately too, and that I'm not gonna lie, that game also looks like it's kind of cooking. And then there's also like SMT5 Vengeance, and we're just like, gee, Atlas, give me a break, brother. Like, as far as I can tell, the only like release they've had recently, actually there's two, at least for me personally. The two like releases they've had recently would be like Persona 5 Tactica. It's like I don't know, man. I still can't force myself to like boot that up again. I want to eventually, but as it stands right now, I just don't got that dog in me. And then maybe like Soul Hackers too. But me personally, I quite enjoyed Soul Hackers. I thought it was pretty fun. But I can understand people not liking it. I'll say that. But like aside from all that, man, bro, Atlas, they're just kind of in their bag, dude. Like I feel like they can almost do no wrong. And I say that until the 13th Persona 5 spin-off comes out and it adds nothing of value to the timeline or anything. Man, that reminds me too. That mobile game is like officially released. I think as in China. P5X. That thing's in like full release, man. I'm pretty sure they already announced. I'm almost definitely sure that they announced a full release for like other countries. Definitely for Japan, and I know eventually it's also going to come out to the States. But man, brother, I tell you what, that mobile game looks way better than it has any right being. Like, unironically, it might be the best looking mobile game of all time. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if that's a hot take or anything, but that mobile game looks kind of crazy. It's just further proof of Atlas being in their bag. I don't know what to say, guys. They're just kind of pulling it off. The only other mobile games I can think of that like would look even nearly as good, and that's just because it's freaking Hoyoverse. It's like any of the Hoyoverse games, like Honkai Star Rail. I know, I'm pretty sure Honkai and Genshin, whatever else they have. I'm pretty sure all of those are also like technically mobile games that can be played on mobile devices. But I don't know, brother. P5X, you looking crazy, man. I want it. I want it. Cue the SpongeBob meme of I need it. He's even got freaking like P5D or like Persona dancing segments in it. It's just the perfect amount of silly, brother. I've been hitting a lot of brothers today. Have I been watching Hulk Hogan or something? No, I've been watching Northern Lion. That's what it is. New content creator that's influenced me, Northern Lion. You will definitely be hearing some Northern Lion isms in my speech soon. If you do not know who Northern Lion is, if you saw the clip of the guy about saying about getting beaten to death with hammers, that was definitely Northern Lion. Is beating to death with hammers, brother. I'm hitting brothers so much right now. My you know, it's probably something to say about how easily my speech patterns can be rewritten by YouTubers. There's probably something to say about that and how it's probably not good. But at the same time, I also find it really funny. Is that bad? That might be bad. I feel like I definitely have some. Do am I? Maybe I am just a shell of like other people. Is that bad? That's probably bad. Because I know even like the times twos and all that stuff. That was definitely Frost Primisms. That was 100% Frost Primisms. I don't know that there's much. I don't know that I have like a dedicated randomism just yet. I feel like I'm not that powerful. Not yet, at least. Yeah, I'm pretty harsh on myself sometimes, aren't I? Bro, I keep on guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I keep on reaching for this freaking thing of water, and there's nothing in there. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it for like the main topics that I had for the day. So I think I'm probably just gonna try not to drag out the recording for any longer. I thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for you know being around, all that stuff, watching the podcast. Really do appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I do want to say one thing in particular. I have a very special someone behind the camera right now, so to speak. She's not actually behind the camera, but Mika is currently here with me. In during the process of recording this, and main reason I bring that up is because we have a very special guest for our podcast next week. That's right. It's our first collab podcast next week. And that's right. We are going to be featuring the Mika Rikichi on our podcast on the Random Ramble Hour. We'll be having the Mika Rikichi here next week. So, yeah, that's something for you to look forward to. Make sure to subscribe, stay up to date on that. Yeah, that'll be it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I know that's been it for the Random Ramble Hour. Again, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys for the next one. You guys have a good one.